Hello everybody, sorry it's been a while. So today I'm going to do a book review about this book called When Breath Becomes Air by Kalanithi. This book review is going to be really honest and personal, probably. I don't think it's easy to talk about this book without being honest, because this book itself is really honest. Just in case you haven't heard of this book, this is a memoir written by Kalanithi, who was a neurosurgeon and was diagnosed with cancer and died at the age of 36. But of course, I can't sum up this book in a few words because there are lots of thoughts and ideas in it, and this is one of those books that can speak to everyone in every different way. The reason I'm talking about this book now is something really sad happened a few days ago, which was my grandpa passed away. And sorry, this is going to be really personal, as I said. I really don't know where to start. Well, that's the reason. My grandpa passed away and I was really in despair, and this book suddenly came up in my head and I thought I'd do a review on this because I think this is the best time to do that. So there are mainly 3 points I want to make about this book. One thing I really like about this book is that, well, he studied English literature at uni and then he decided to become a neurosurgeon afterwards, and so he did both art and science. He applied things he learned through literature in real life. He actually used them in a very practical way in the field of science. This is quite revealing because I knew that English literature, well, I mean, whatever the language is, literature in general is of course very important and it's indispensable for our lives, and I knew it, but it's difficult to actually prove it. This book did that. I mean, it proved that English literature or literature is not just, of course, it isn't just a form of escapism, it's also very practical. It's applicable in different fields, and so in that sense this book is really remarkable, important. And another thing I thought of after the death of my grandpa, as I said, the death of my grandpa was really sad, and actually I'm still coping with this sorrow or this grief. I've been through this kind of a bit of depression. What really made me sad was to see my mum crying in front of grandpa. It made me think, what am I gonna do when my parents pass away? I know it sounds crazy even thinking about it. I don't think I should be thinking about such a sad thing. Obviously everyone dies at the end of the day, but I don't know, I've just been haunted by this horrible thought of losing my loved ones. That's where this book is related. One of the important themes in this book, I think, is what are you going to do when your life is limited when you know that there isn't much time left for you to spend with your loved ones. The theme of the case of these authors seems to be kind of special in the way that he was diagnosed with cancer at a very young age. But actually, now that my grandpa passed away, and that it made me think about the time left for me to spend with my family, there isn't much time left for me to spend with them either. Now I'm 21 and my parents are in their late 50s or early 60s. So at most they're gonna live another 20 or 30 years, I suppose. It depends on the person whether you think it's a long time or a short time. But for me it is a short time because I've lived my life for 21 years. 21 years. And it's passed so fast. And another 20 or 30 years, I'm sure, is gonna be really fast. That thought makes me really sad, and at the same time it made me realize how precious it is to spend your time with your loved ones now. Does that make sense? And I'm sure you have your own loved ones, and I wonder what you think about it. I mean, what you think about the idea that there isn't much time left for you to spend with your loved ones. And last but not least, there is one thing that stayed with me, which is throughout college, my monastic scholarly study of human meaning would conflict with my urge to forge and strengthen the human relationships that formed that meaning. If the unexamined life was not worth living, was the unlived life worth examining? This sentence really struck me because the way I interpret this sentence is, what it's saying is, yes, it's fun and important to examine human relationships, the meaning of life in literature, and yet if you don't have a life yourself, what's the point of examining lives? I don't know, it really struck me because it made me think, do I have a life? I mean, yes, I do have a life. I'm living this life at the moment. I like literature, but also I realised that it isn't good just indulging myself in reading. It's also important to establish relationships with people in real life. And when I think about it, what I think of is my family. I don't know, all I think about now is my family. I can't think about anything other than that at the moment. I'm sure I'm gonna recover. And in this point I'd like to pose a question to you guys watching this video. My question is, what do you think about this sentence? Particularly this part, if the unexamined life was not worth living, was the unlived life worth examining? What do you think about this question? Well, as always, this video is not very organized. It's kind of hard to talk about it in English, even in Japanese. So, if you have read this book tell me what you thought about it, because I'd really be interested in that. Sorry, this has been very personal, as I warned you before. I think I should stop here because I can't think of anything to say now. So I'll see you later. Bye. Oh, by the way, the English language exam I took a couple weeks ago went really well. In particular, the speaking section went really well. Although you might not think it did, because from this speaking, in which I'm not very outspoken or assertive, I'm very slow, but I think I did it. So that's it. See you later. Bye.